What's going on, soul family? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing okay. I hope y'all doing okay. So, I wanted to get on here and pretty much give y'all some kudos and to let you know that you showing up is ruining every narrative that was set against you. Every single narrative that was set against you, all the lies that was told, all the slander that was told, all of this is crumbling on down. It's crumbling down. It can't stand a chance. It can't stand a chance. And all you had to do was show up. As I always state, you didn't go out your way. You see how that worked? You literally just going on with your everyday life is literally slandering, it's slaying, I should say, it's slaying the things that were said about you. It's slaying those things that were said about you. It's not holding, it's not standing a chance. People are looking at the folks who did slander you, excuse me. They looking at these people kind of sideways now. Because what was said about you, the things that was said about you, it's not really adding up. It's not making sense when they compare it to what you are doing. Some of these people have came to look you up online just to kind of get a look at what this person or what these people were saying about you, and y'all, it's really not adding up. Like, people are looking at these naysayers, these people who tried to tear you down so bad and wanted everybody to look at you oddly. They are now being looked at a little weird, because who would feel the need to go out their way to tear somebody down? If this person, they looking at these people like, well, if this person, if he or she is such a bad person, then why do you always talk about them? Because this is something that's reoccurring, bringing you up, mentioning you, talking about you. It's something that's always happening. So it's like something ain't really adding up. They always complaining about this person. They always got, something to say about this person. But when I'm looking at this person page, or even if they see you, some of these people can actually come across you, whether it be at the job or the neighborhood, whatever. Your actions are not lining up with what was said about you. You this, you that. It was even said that some of y'all can't even, it was said that some of y'all can't even take care of y'all kids. That was said. And when I look at the kids, it's not given that. It's not given that you can't take care of your kids. It's not given that. So now these people, or this person, because this will be different for everybody, they being looked at real crazy right now. See, that's where that hate gets you. That hate gets you places where your mouth then got you places where your ass can't cash the check. You done did all this talking and whooping, and now these people, all that just for you to be looked at crazy. And it's not something that you went out your way to do. You didn't try to prove no point. And that's the crazy part. They thought you was going to see, some of this was did to kind of slow you down, to throw you off. These people was kind of hoping that instead of you carrying on with yourself, with your business, with your goals, with whatever it is you got going on for yourself, they thought you would put that on the back burner, and they thought that you would spend your days proving points to prove that they were lying about you. You know they was lying. You knew they were lying. You didn't feel the need to prove a point, because it's like whoever believe it, they're against you too. If you believe what this person is slandering me, if you believe in what they're saying without even hearing my side of the story, is it really worth to prove a point to you that this person is lying? They weren't expecting for you to do that. They thought you were so weak. They thought you were so weak to where you would spend your days proving what they said was a lie, as if they hold that much importance over you and the shit that you have to do. This is how delusional some of these people are. They really, They really feel like they matter, or I don't know, they probably thought they did matter. It's given because of the way that you showed up. But see, that's what savages need to understand, is that just because the person is showing up for you in a relationship, in a friendship, whatever the dynamic of the relationship is, just because they're showing up for you, that doesn't necessarily mean they are incapable of leaving your ass in the dust when it's time to go. They thought they were bigger than the program. And they thought, see, them slandering you, that was also, I guess you can call it get back. For them, they thought they were doing something because you walked away too easy. You didn't fight for them. You didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that you being tired and you putting yourself first offended the hell out of some people. And because that happened, they then in turn felt like they had to go and slander you and talk about you. All because their little ego was bruised. All because you didn't go running up behind them kissing their ass. All because you for once wanted to put yourself first. All because you for once wanted to experience living your life without peace, without going back and forth. All because you for once wanted to just live your life. All because. And so because that was the case, because you couldn't be controlled, they felt they had to do a few tricks. Slandering you was a trick. Talking about you to people was a trick. Why? Because they thought you was about to spend your days trying to prove the shit that they said was false. They thought they were bigger than the program. Come to find out, they ain't. And you showed them that just by continuing on. You didn't go try and prove to this person, that person, this person. Some of y'all was ganged up on. You was ganged up on. This could have been family members ganging up on you. Hell, you got family members that probably ganged up with an ex of yours. Love feelings was this hurt all because you decided to live your life and exercise your free will. This is how delusional and butthurt that some people be, so whereas that they think they bigger than the program. You didn't have to do a damn thing but go on about your regular day. And you going on about your regular day is pretty much kicking the ass. It's putting everything that they said about you to rest. You slaying these narratives, baby. It ain't given. Some of these people wanted some of this shit to be true. You had haters, maybe. You had haters. Some of these people wanted, like, man, they needed you to fit these narratives so bad. And that's so pathetic when you need to live your life that way, when you have to slander people to try to get people, to gang up on some. What are we in grade school? This is how some people operate. They wasn't expecting for you to take yourself seriously for once. I guess they figured because of the way you showed up. Some of us can be a little loyal to a fault. It is what it is. You live and you learn. But to be upset because a person is putting a livelihood first is some selfish mess. That's just selfish. You got folks mad at you. They mad because you not trying to make up with them. As if you miss the bad treatment, as if you miss being overlooked, as if you miss being talked about behind your back. They really thought you would try to make up. Well, it's nothing there for you to miss. Again, they thought they were bigger than the program. So now, since they don't want to look at themselves and realize what they did was a waste of time, and it exposed them, because it didn't expose you at all. If anything, it exposed you in a good way. Like, oh, this person seems really cool. Or this person seems this way. All positive things. It exposed them. So instead of them taking a minute to look at themselves and try to get it together, to not try to be this way with the next person, or to try to, just grow as a person, instead of them doing that, they still want to slander. It ain't me, it's them. People like that, you can't really be around people like that. They will exhaust you. People who don't want to work on themselves, they will exhaust you. They will make it seem like everything is your fault. Okay, they can't apologize, they can't own up, they don't even know what accountability is. You have to really leave people like that in the dust. But I had to give you your kudos because you doing your thing. And by you doing your thing and tending to yourself, it's shutting down some narratives that was said. Could be rumors, it could be some gossip, but you shutting it down. And people seeing it. They like, man, this person not trying to really go out their way to say anything. And some of these people was waiting at first. They was sitting back waiting. They was watching. They thought you was fin to. They thought you were about to, I don't know, bring up some mess, speak about it, plead your case. They thought you were going to do something like that, and they was sitting back waiting too, and they didn't see you do it. So it's like, man, this person. Okay, so what's really going on? Because they're not really giving what you're saying that they're how they are. They're not really giving that. So yes, these people are now being looked at sideways. As I said on my last video, some of these people have even fallen out with the people who they ganged up on you with. You literally could have been ganged up on by people you once knew, people you were close with, a friend group. Some of y'all was ganged up on by friend groups. And you think they still tight like that? No, baby, it's not giving that. And some of these people seeing like, okay, now I see, they kind of see your side and where you were coming from. Some of these people feel bad for not speaking up for you when you were ganged up on. But it's neither here nor there, because why? You're not in this. They should have took you seriously before. That's all I'm gonna say. Because right now it's not given that you are trying to reach back in the past or really deal with people on that level. It's not given that you are upset or your feelings hurt. It's more so given you just really don't care. You don't care. And now that you don't care, you got some people that do care. And now you got the people who were sitting back waiting to see if these narratives were true about you. They not even now, the attention is on the person who was speaking about you. Now it's on them. Like, okay, what's this person like? What is drama at? They would sit back waiting on some drama. Like this, what drama? Because this person who you was talking about, they're not giving drama. It's not giving that. So where's the drama? What is all this stuff that you were saying? Because again, they need the narratives to fit about you. And the way that you move, the way that you operate, all that alone goes against everything that they were saying about you. So you never once had to go out your way to do anything. All you had to do was not plead your case. And you didn't. I don't think you cared enough to do that. I don't think you cared enough to do that. These people went and spreaded lies about you and started gossiping about you. Like I said, they teamed up with people who they know that you didn't deal with, all to hurt little old you. You know how big you got to be for people to do stuff like people don't go around just doing stuff like that to anybody. So they was not expecting for you to see things from this perspective. They weren't expecting for you to see like, okay, well, it must be something about me, because why are you all ganking up on me like this? What is it about me that have you in shambles? What is it about me that have you going out your way to see about me, to speak about me, to be concerned with me? What is it about me that have you going out your way? It must be something in me. It got to be something good, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be going. People don't do this for bad people or for people who they deem don't matter or whatever the case may be. And these people are so fucking delusional. They will literally try to convince you that you don't matter, all while doing things like this, talking about you, speaking about you, checking for you, spying on you. They weren't expecting for you to see things from this perspective. What they thought is what they would have did. What they would have did, sat back, tried to prove their case, tried to prove themselves, tried to win people over, engaged in a petty ass, whatever type of disagreement, because it's not about nothing. They weren't expecting for you to see things from this perspective. They weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting you to turn things around and just say, just to not care. I feel like they were so used to you actually caring that they weren't expecting for you to just not care. Trust me, you may be a little bit shocked, like, wow, I can't believe I'm this way. I really don't. I'm really over this hurt. I'm really getting over this. I'm really not mad at this person no more. And you always find these things out in the little moments by living day by day. It just hits you, it just hits you like, wow, I'm not really mad at this person no more. I see it, and people can feel when that happened. And it makes them spy even more. It makes them talk even more. It makes them upset even more because they feel your energy pulling away and away and away. They weren't expecting for you to see these and to see these things from a way that will benefit you. They thought you were going to sit back and think, for the rest of your days, something must be wrong with me. They wanted you to settle for less than because they treated you less than on purpose. They wanted you to go and settle for everything that wasn't for you. They were not expecting you to turn this around. They weren't expecting for you to think this way. How could you how could you think this way? What They'll never be able to find that. Why? Because if it was them, again, they would spend their days trying to prove themselves, trying to prove a point. They didn't do this or they didn't say this. They're not like this. They're not like that. They weren't expecting for you. They thought you were that weak. Just because, and what they also learning is just because a person is showing up for you from their heart space, they putting it on the table, they care, but that don't make them green. That don't make them slow. That don't make them naive. It's just a person who cares, baby. That's it. That's all. Nothing more. Nothing more. A person who cares is just a person who cares. Take it for face value. They didn't want to take it for face value. They didn't want to take it as, man, this person just really care. I need to return it. And no, they had to go and add a whole bunch of bullshit. Oh, this person don't know any better. Oh, this person this person that. They couldn't just take it for what it was at face value and see that you actually care and your actions showed them that. But they had their head so far up their ass, they couldn't see that. So now they even more sour. Again, just by you going on, living your day by day life, doing what you got to do. So I applaud you for doing what you got to do. All these narratives, trust me, you don't even want to know half of the stuff that was said about you. I don't even think you would want to know. You probably wouldn't even care. You probably could already imagine the bullshit that was said. I'm talking about people pulled shit out their ass just to have something to say. Some of this stuff don't even make sense. And some of the stuff that they said about you actually is about them. But see, that's what narcissists do. They will, for sure and for certainly, describe you as if, you know, let me, how should I put this? They would describe pretty much themselves while they're talking about you. Everything that they know they are, they're going to put it on you. Oh, you a liar, or you this, or you that. They're putting it on you. They'll never take accountability. It's to the point I don't even think you expect for these people or this person to accept account. Like, I feel like you washed your hands with it for good. Like, that's why I feel like they kind of, in a way, they kind of like panicking, like, because they can feel it. They can feel you on some new shit. They can feel you don't really care no more. Like, they can tell. And again, it's easy for people to see this and feel it when you have always been there, when you never really said no, or when you didn't really know how to pull back. All you really knew how to do is just to be there. You probably felt like pulling back or saying no was even selfish at one point. This is how knee deep you was into it, but it's okay, baby. It's okay. This is what I'm here for. Okay, that's what I'm here for. But keep doing what you got to do. Because, like I said, people don't be expecting, like, they don't be expecting that things always have a way of working itself out. And when you really try to go out your way to slander somebody or turn everybody against somebody, it never really works out the way you want it to. And even if it does, it's only short lived. It's not something that's going to keep going on. Like, no, no. The power trips that people be on is out of this world. But that's really all I wanted to get on here and say. Okay, if y'all like the video, y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Subscribe to my channel. If you know anybody who can use my channel for any type of encouragement, you know, this can be for anything. I am here because trust me, it's all in here, baby. You can get through anything. It's all about your perspective and the way you see it. Are you gonna turn it around and look at it from a pinpoint that benefits you, that uplifts you, or are you looking at it from a way where you're thinking about it and it just seems like it's a trap, you can't get out of it? Because it's all in your head. But that's really all I wanted to get on here and talk about, okay? I'll see y'all in the next video.